Okay, does it look like we're streaming? I can't tell.
I don't know. Are we?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I have the notifications set, and we are streaming.
Can you find us?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yep, we're on.
All right.
We are streaming and live. How cool is that?
That is cool. Now we just gotta find our third member. Let me see if I can add him in here.
Texts have been sent. So how are you doing tonight? You had a you just got off a live.
I just got off the live stream. I was hanging out with folks. Do we have any? I haven't brought up the screen yet. Do we have anybody chatting with us here?
Yeah, we've got a few.
All right, cool. Thanks for coming over, guys. Welcome to the very first episode of Pew Pew Pew. Fair warning, this is going to be like a rocky ride.
Super rocky.
Yeah, no, this is going to be fun. So either what is Pew 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 all about?
They're saying you have a crazy echo on your end, just so you know.
I do.
I don't know. I don't hear it, but anyway, I cut you off. What were you saying?
I was going to say, why don't I try to figure out my crazy echo if you want to explain to everybody what's going on?
Yeah, sure. So we have started this channel where we are going to do live streams and talk about everything that is nerd related. I don't really think we have anything that we're not planning on talking about. So we're hoping it's going to be a lot of fun. We are all very, very nerdy people. So if you can't tell by the Hufflepuff food.
I was really excited, and you guys please tell me if my thing continues to sound horrible, but I was really excited to find this sweater in an airport gift shop in London's Heathrow Airport. They have this have this crazy Harry Potter store. It's like the most Harry Potterist experience I feel like I've ever had, concentrated into about 1,000 square feet. And it's just, they had such good displays. They had all of the wands. You could look at Snape's wand or Dumbledore's wand or Harry's wand, or they even had Ron's taped up wand. And they had all these sweaters too. And they're good, high quality sweaters. But yeah, I was proud to rock the puff.
Hey Morgan, just so you know, I don't actually see you moving. So.
Huh. All right, let me try to fix this.
I don't know if your screen is locked or what, but yes, nerds.
Did you see Spock moving there?
Nerds. Yep, I see Spock moving. I just don't see you. You look like you're real seriously devoted to your keyboard. And you're just really into it. A little bit sad. You look a little pensive. That would be the word.
Now I'm gone, right?
You're just kind of. I still see you. Oh, now you're gone. Yeah. Yep.
We probably should have built this as a test episode.
Yeah, we should have. Well, hey, we have to do a lot of these.
See, and I'm still frozen. I don't know why.
This is the first one.
Huh.
Yeah, really weird.
I think it's.
I think it's because you need to share your actual video camera. Do you think that's it?
Probably. So.
Yeah. So what's up, everybody in the chat? What is new or different? Anything exciting? I'm assuming you're here because you at least can relate to nerds, or you find nerdy people at least acceptable, or you yourself are a nerd or a geek. I'll take either one. Those are totally fine. So what's new or different? Did they put Picard out for free? Did you hear about that?
I have not heard about that. That would be kind of interesting. So I wouldn't have to go on my brother-in-law's Plex account, to watch it.
I follow you.
So do you?
Yeah.
How do you watch Picard? Like, do you have like the CBS? Did you like pony up for that? Because I'm assuming you're a cord cutter
We
too.
bought. So yeah, we bought. Yeah, we totally are. We bought CBS, and we bought it to watch the other one, which I can't think of the name right now, and because generally speaking, we've been huge Trekkies. Like we've watched everything that's been done, but we just didn't want to pay for CBS. And then finally, we bit the bullet. We start watching it with the kids. I didn't look at the ratings because I just thought, like, I mean, it's Star Trek. How can it can't be that bad? And, yeah. When the F-bombs started flying, my kids like snapped their heads, looked at me. I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're not going to be watching this with little kids. So to answer your question about Picard, we haven't started watching it yet because I've heard that's also not a kid show, and we get so little. Usually by the time the kids are asleep, Sarah's asleep, and I'm either up working or sleeping, so we don't get much time. But it's on our list, so we're just hitting an episode here and there. So.
That's funny you're saying this, because I feel like if Jeremiah was on this live stream right now, he'd be flipping out. Like, how did you not watch that?
Yeah, I actually talked to him about it. I think, yeah, I know I did, and he was like, "Yeah, it's not for the kids."
Oh yeah,
nah,
see,
like
yeah, no,
yeah,
Jeremiah's good like that.
Yeah, it's so funny too. I don't know where I got it from because it's not like a religious thing. My parents are pretty religious, but I watched every R-rated movie by the time I was Lawrence's age. I mean, my dad was like taking me to Steven Seagal movies when I was 6, watching people getting their arms snapped and stuff. And I don't know why, but for me, I would just say, I'm not gonna let my kids watch that. It's actually kind of funny that I was raised so differently. But yeah, we're pretty strict with what the kids get to watch. So.
And I just heard from Jeremiah, he's having chicken coop trouble. I don't know why my video can't work. It looks like my FaceTime camera is having problems, which I worry that if I try to turn that off, it will like blow all of this up.
Cut off everything.
Yeah, so I might be audio only. Hopefully, like, hey Don, I can see you're in the chat there. Can you hear me? Like, I know Ethan can hear me, but I wonder if he's just like sounds like he's talking to himself, which would be kind of awesome.
Oh, that would be hilarious. That would be great. That would be amazing if I'm.
Can you ask them if they can hear me? I don't know.
Sure. Can you all hear Morgan speak?
Because I'm talking right now.
I tried to do that kind of like Kirk a little bit.
Okay, Sarah can hear me, so I'm feeling okay. All right, everybody can hear me. So I might be audio only for now, but we'll see.
World of Warcraft. Is anybody playing it right now? I haven't played it in years, but I used to be really, really into it. Though, you know who was way more into it than I was?
Who's that?
Morgan?
I'm gonna guess Jeremiah was probably a.
It's another homesteading YouTube type person.
Jake.
No. It's Meg.
Meg? What?
Ben and Meg. Yeah, Meg was like super into World of Warcraft.
That's
like part of a clan and like.
That's incredible. I would have never pegged her for that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, very nerdy.
I mean, no, I know she's pretty nerdy, but wait, like, so let's be clear here, because I've never ventured into the World of Warcraft. Like, I feel like that's next level. That I like got as far as AD&D, but that's about like no.
Yeah, you can literally go down that rabbit hole. I mean, you will get lost.
And just so everybody knows who we're talking about, Meg Holler from the Holler Homestead. Yeah, apparently Ethan just outed her as a World of Warcraft player.
Yeah. her and Ben played it together,
really?
But she was like apparently more into it than he was.
I could see Ben doing it. He's like into like forging stuff and metalworking.
Yeah.
I could feel like that's like an offshoot of like being into like all the weapons and crafting and stuff. But like, yeah, Meg, no, I would not have picked that. Like,
yeah, it's like he's like a manly nerd.
Yeah.
You know, a real manly stuff like making swords and you know what I mean, and like machining
Completely.
parts.
See,
It's like real manly, but at the end of the day, it's all about like being really precise and specific and calculating things. So yeah, he's definitely nerdy. Yeah. But they were World of Warcraft people, like huge into it. To answer your question, I have no idea if World of Warcraft is like a thing that, I mean, I know it's still going, but I don't know how big it is right now. I just know that if like Civilization for me is bad enough. I waste enough of my life playing Civilization World of Warcraft would not be a good addition to my life right now.
Civilization is actually one of the things I miss the most about, so I gave up video games just like cold turkey. And I used to play, was it Civilization 5?
Yeah.
So not the newest one, but like the one before.
Yeah,
that was the one I like played to death. And man, that game just gets you in there real quick.
Yeah, I still play it. Although I stopped playing it on deity level because I hate it. I didn't actually know until more recently that apparently like beating it on deity is like basically very few people can do. I didn't know that, and I definitely won on deity, but it was so frustrating to win that I just hated it. Like, like I was like, I just can't.
No, it's like a grind. I know what you mean. Hey, so I'm actually looking in the chat. So it looks like Swim and Tank is saying that D&D is fun. So one of the things I've been actually wondering is with the United States, at least, and actually most of the world, with everybody on house arrest the way we are, like, are people like trying to figure out ways to play D&D over like Zoom or Skype? Because that to me feels like a real opportunity to hang out and be like really weird with your friends.
Yeah, you could totally do that.
I mean, because when I was a kid, I loved D&D. Like, because to me, what was so cool about it was it was anchored in certain rules, and it had like some basic rules, but like you weren't just tied to that, and like you could be weird and like riff off of that and like kind of go places. All right, so Swim and Tank, I might try to organize a dungeon and get something going, so we'll see. Because I think it would be fun to play D&D over Skype. Yeah.
Totally make that happen. So Morgan, what else is new or different with you?
Oh,
we haven't talked in a while.
I know, man. Let's see what else is new or different. I'm just sort of chilling here on the farm. I haven't left in like a while. It's weird. Like, I'm fully working remotely, so yeah, pretty much like from 8 to 6 every day. I'm in this room just doing my thing. It's oh wait, did Jeremiah just join? He did.
Jeremiah.
All right, let me add him to the screen.
He shall be added.
What's going on, Jeremiah?
What's going on, Morgan?
Welcome to Pew Pew Pew.
We need a cool name for Morgan and me. Ethan has Ethan Snow of the North. I don't have a cool name.
That's true. We need to get you one.
And Morgan.
No. You actually are the one that coined me Lord of the North.
I did.
And I just changed my name to Ethan Snow. So it's great. That actually worked out perfectly well.
I'm good at naming people.
It's one of the few nicknames I've ever had, monikers I've taken on, that I thought, you know what? I actually like this. This is cool. I am now Ethan Snow, Lord of the North.
I can't see Morgan. All I can see is
I think my camera melted down, and because of that, oh wait, I'm back. I figured it out.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, that's magical. We're all on.
Oh my
hey!
God. What the
Pew 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 has officially begun. Woo!
Hey, Jeremiah, you get headphones?
Intense. I don't have headphones, actually.
Okay.
We'll have to get you some.
I know I was supposed to get them, I didn't.
Yeah, they're echo complaining. We've had some echo issues. I don't know where they're coming from.
Oh, yeah, just
anyway.
Jessica made a good point. She said they're sold out everywhere because everyone has to stay home.
I might mail you guys something. I feel like I have enough headphones floating around here.
I have headphones, but I tried to use them last time and it wasn't working.
I bought these when I was down at your place, Jeremiah.
Yeah, no, that was before COVID-19.
Yeah. These are the best headphones I've ever had. I've had really nice ones too, but these are top shelf. I like them a lot.
For Sony, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the Sony wireless. They're really, really, really good.
Oh, this is actually coming from our channel. Pew Pew Pew, the channel.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That's where we're broadcasting.
That is where we're broadcasting this.
Yeah.
Here, I will leave a link if people want to share this with others to watch. Here's a link to the Pew 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 channel. Be sure to subscribe.
I'm actually. It's so. Oh, there it is. It's so non-existent that you have to scroll down.
Oh yeah, no, we got to work on. This will be our first video, and you missed it. It was really embarrassing the first start. Like I wasn't even showing up. It was echoing. It was sort of Ethan by himself, kind of. Yeah. You missed the train wreck part of it. Right now, the way it's going, this feels proper.
Oh, this might be us. Yeah, he has 3.45 million subscribers. That might be us.
Yeah.
Nope. Keep scrolling.
PewDiePie.
Pew.
No, not PewDiePie. Pew.
So
Pew Pew Paddle.
If you can't find here, I will text it to you.
Okay. That's pretty bad whenever you're so non-existent you can't even find it and you're searching for the name.
I'll be honest, it took me a minute.
So by the way, I'm still kind of hurt that nobody's giving me props on our interesting graphic here. And just so everybody can see it, just full screen here. Yeah, we've got there's about 16, 17 people watching, I think. Listen to Mr. Hey, we do lives of 500 people every week. Welcome back to the bottom, man. Yeah. So, Brian, I want to just address Brian Trammell laughing at all of our rural internet connections. It's so true. We all have horrible internet. I think Ethan and I were checking earlier tonight, and I'm faster, but not by much. And so, yeah, we're all streaming poorly. Yep. That's the way it works.
It is.
Yeah, I was trying to with the graphic, Spock, you got Han Solo, you got the Infinity Gauntlet, you got the Elder Wand, all in one weird hybrid.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna go Star Trek Enterprise D in the background, flying through the stars.
Oh, are you streaming us on your phone?
Well, I can't see the comments from here because it's just
Skype. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, no, I got to work on it. This is one of those. Yeah, this is like when a band is a side project band. And there's the other band that they have going on, and then the other band got crazy, and so they forgot about the side project, and then that's sort of what happened here. But I'm glad we're doing this. And I'm glad we at least have an excuse to hang out, the three of us too. I mean, that was kind of why we did this.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. So, I mean, even if no one showed up, we could literally sit here for an hour talking about stuff, and it would be enjoyable.
For sure.
So Sam Evans wants to know why Pew Pew Pew. Who wants to explain it?
I mean, it's multifaceted. Stormtroopers can't hit the side of a barn, and it's just constant pew, pew, pew. TIE fighters, X-Wings, Spock, Kurt, pew, pew. I mean, there's pew pews and everything. It's universal. It's almost like a universal language. There's ones and zeros, and then there's pew pews. Everybody pew pews. Han Solo. It's just ringing. I mean, really, if you want to get down to it, even like Harry Potter, Pew Pews. Expelliarmus is just a like British version of Pew. Because you always got to complicate the words, make it like what does it mean? Why does that mean? Yeah, doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Expelliarmus. Pew 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 pew.
Speaking of Latin, the college I went to had Latin as a second language course.
That's really useful, huh?
You could take Latin. I thought about taking it, but I took ancient Greek instead because that makes way more sense.
But that's the thing that doesn't make sense to me. So I feel like the rap in high school with Latin was always like, oh, you should take Latin because it's going to help you with the SATs. And then if you're in college, like, there's no SATs after that. Like, you're done.
No. No. Greek was the hardest class I've ever, like, classic Greek was the hardest class I've ever taken in my life. And I've taken hard classes, but that was brutal.
So hidden within myself is asking us a good question. Does anybody go to cons? Like, who goes to it?
No. I've never been to a con before.
You've never been?
Haven't.
He just like walks away. He's like, nah, I'm out of here. I can't talk about cons.
Yeah. I have not, though Sarah and I wanted to go. We just never had an opportunity thus far where it's worked out. But we did take the kids to they had a big, when Star Trek came to town, they had this big, huge stage thing at the Mall of America here in Minnesota. And we went there, and that was actually really cool. They had all this memorabilia, all kinds of different stuff, and so we got to go to that, which was fun.
So I got a weird con story. So when I was a teenager, I was wicked into comic books, and I drew my own comic books. I would make like comics that I would like Xerox and photocopy and then staple like in half, and like I'd do that, or sometimes I'd like cut them in half again and like do them that way as like mini comics. And so I used to go to Comic Cons, and what I would do is like I would like real guerrilla style. I was like 13, 14 at the time. I would set up a table somewhere in the Comic Con and just start selling my comics until the convention organizers would like kick me out. And so one time though, I did it at the New York Comic Con. So I grew up in like Connecticut, and so I took the train down to New York. My mom let me go by myself, which was kind of insane on her part. And I set up shop and was able to like get my table going, and I was selling comics to people. And I happened to be next to this guy from Lost in Space, the original TV show, a guy by the name of Mark Goddard, and he was like signing autographs, but nobody knew who he was and nobody cared. And so he was just sort of there by himself. And he started to ask me, like, are you supposed to be here? And he was, like, asking all these questions, like, do you have, like, a permit? Are you allowed? And I started, like, I was, like, a little punk kid, and I was like, yeah, I'd go, jump off a tree or something. And, no, I didn't say that. And basically, he started yelling at me, and I started yelling back. And we started getting into a shouting match at this Comic-Con while he was trying to charge people like $5 to sign autographs. And I eventually got kicked out, but it was the most ridiculous experience of my life. And I've always had like ill feelings towards Lost in Space ever since that event.
Ever since then.
Nobody cares about the original Lost in Space.
The new Netflix one, I can't watch it. I cannot watch it.
That's how I've never watched any other Lost in Space property ever since then.
Quoting him.
Why can't you watch the new one?
No, I can. I'm pretending like I'm Morty. That was
role. Hey, we don't Morty, okay? We don't do any live action plays, okay? I think
Morgan might be sort of keeping that on the DL that he is a LARPer. I feel like of the three of us.
What gave it away? I'm in a tank top. You're in your flannel. So we literally are wearing the exact same thing we wear all the time. He's wearing a couple sweater.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Face off in the family wands out. Like, they're acting it all out. You know it.
Yeah.
Honey, great. You want to go get some Butterbeer? Let's go down to the pub and get some Butterbeer.
What do you guys think Butterbeer actually tastes like? Like,
apparently we're still echoing a lot.
Ethan, you're.
Well, I put headphones on, so it's not me.
I think it's Ethan. It sounds like it's you. It might be your bit rate.
People say it's Ethan. Could be your beard. Shave it.
My beard having. It could be causing a huge echo. Totally.
It's a pretty. Your beard has become epic at this point. Like it's serious.
I get a guitar and spin it. You know what I'm talking about? Easy tap. Anyway, that was
Wait, so Ethan, were you just changing your bandwidth, and because like your window would shrink and then get bigger? That was weird.
No, I'm not. But I am looking if I can change my input. because it is possible.
Wow, hidden with myself says Butterbeer is cream soda and butterscotch, which sounds pretty darn amazing, actually.
Yeah, just because made it before it's pretty good.
But I never got that in like the books. Like they'd always talk about Butterbeer getting you like a little bit buzzed, but like if it's just cream soda and butterscotch, then how does that like work?
Oh no! That's not what it is in the book. That's not what it is in the book. In the book, it actually is. In the book, it actually is an alcohol. In reality, in real world, not spells and wizards brooms. It's just cream soda. See the difference? You see the difference?
I do. I get it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like this is probably not actually a Hufflepuff crest.
What?
But actually, though, also begs another question of like, well, yeah, they're pretty chill about like 13-year-old kids just getting drunk.
I mean, it's Europe.
It's England.
Yeah,
it's
true.
England.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's all right.
Yeah. Do you know why? Because over there they control themselves. Over here is the problem.
Not untrue.
I have no idea. What my microphone. I bet I know what's going on though. I have a tattoo. Adjust. I'm gonna turn off the automatic adjustments.
How do you do that?
And then I'm gonna dial my microphone down. Like,
let me try that. Is that in like your settings?
Yeah, I think it was. I think maybe this is better. Hopefully. I don't know. We'll see if I'm still streaming at everybody.
How's that better? Is that better?
Okay, guys, we need to introduce a segment on this show.
We're not echoing.
Other than
we're not echoing each other at all. So hey, I have a question for both of you. What sort of is there anything that's been happening in the last week or two that you find sort of that has to do with all the quarantine and everything, but that you think is kind of nerdy and maybe kind of cool that maybe you've heard about somebody doing? You know, like for example, I heard that Ford started doing all basically like 3D printing masks. And a bunch of things which is really kind of, I just was like nerding out. They basically are a bunch of their production line. And then I guess there's some local people here in Minnesota, some group of like people who are just designing ventilators to build, which is kind of neat. There's some people who are just younger people who are just doing this and 3D printing stuff, which is kind of cool. Is there anything like that?
I've not heard of anything like that.
No, I feel like I'm only hearing the bad news. You must have a good feed going there right now.
I do. Highly. Does anybody here watch the new Doctor Who? They made Doctor Who a woman.
No. But I have really only watched like. I feel like I saw one season of Doctor Who in my entire life. I never quite got into it.
I'm not into Doctor Who. I tried. It wasn't entertaining enough. No, and I have been watching Picard, and I think Morgan. I think Morgan's the only clear one because he has a microphone, or because we're going through his Skype.
It might.
It's either one or the other. It's either one or the other.
I'm trying to think. It might be on my end, but like, what could that be?
Here,
I'm gonna actually try something here.
It might.
All right, I can't see the chat, but I can talk to you guys, and maybe this will sound a little better. So keep talking, guys, and let Ethan and Jeremiah know in the chat if this sounds any better.
Well, we appreciate the 14 of you guys that are hanging out with us to work out all the bugs.
Yeah, and yes, you guys are awesome. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. So am I? What were you changing? What were you changing to change the echo?
So I had the YouTube screen going so I could see the comments, and I just closed that out.
Sarah says that's almost worse.
That's almost worse. How does that even make it worse? Huh?
I know.
No.
It made it worse.
Right,
it made it worse.
Get it back up, I guess, so it doesn't make it worse. Trying to do no harm here.
Yeah.
How about that? Yeah. Maybe is that better if I turn down the gain a little bit?
It'd be hilarious if you have like reverb sets, like you actually that it's like.
Does that sound any better, guys?
Is the sound going through how you need to call in two fans? It's very entertaining.
You know, I feel like I've talked a lot of smack about Daryl over the years. And I have grown a new appreciation for that man tonight by like leaps and bounds, just for the record.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to get this set up properly.
Yes.
And I'm actually gonna show as soon as we get off and get a cool microphone so I can feel legit.
I'm gonna get a cooler microphone in Oregon.
That's not possible. That's not possible.
Man, this is pretty dope. This is like, look at that. That's some stuff.
I feel like it's totally possible. I feel like I even have a microphone that's cool.
I don't think you do.
I do. Somewhere. It's at my other parents' house, and you only get to ride it.
Okay, so okay, hold on. I'll be right back. I gotta grab something.
Poor Ethan. Having to make up stories about a microphone, man. That's sad.
Did you ever have a friend who had a dirt bike or had a four-wheeler magically never when you went to their house?
No. He also had a girlfriend from East Rhode Island, which is weird because Rhode Island's so small, there's no reason to divide it between East and West.
Nice. That's what I was trying to channel. I was really trying to pull in the kid who had the dirt bike that doesn't have the dirt bike. I tried my best. Well, Morgan, you should do more than
yeah, apparently. So let me go into something I wanted to talk about, and as far as nerd things go, I think I'm the one of the three of us that likes comic books the most. And what I wanted to talk about is, and it's I don't know, it's almost been a year since it happened. Oh, wow. Wow.
But I'm not a LARPer.
Now who's the LARPer, buddy? Huh? Me and my Harry Potter sweater? Or the Padawan over in Arkansas?
This is Jedi Knight level, bro. Okay, what I was talking about. Listen, reminiscing about like high school and stuff, being like, something at the dad's house, like it's no big deal. I'll totally have it. One night we were hanging out, but Jessica started writing notes like she did back in high school. Before text messaging was a thing. She had to write notes, right?
Tightly and like
yes, yeah, like this, right? Like this, right? So it says Maya on it, right? I gotta read this to you because she's so good at this. Because she's so good at this. And it's got all called the big bubble letters. Maya, and like abbreviation. So funny. So I laughed so hard when I heard this person. She's like, Maya, what IZ is up? Thought I would drop you a line because I was just thinking about you. How was your day? What are you doing this weekend? What are you doing this weekend? Maybe we could hang out. Maybe we could hang out. It'd be cool. KEWL. Cool. Well, gotta go right back. Well, gotta go right back. TTYL. Love you. TTYL. Love you. I'm like, this is like so take you back. Like,
no, she can really channel her inner middle school right there. Like that's.
For real. Well, then she started writing one. So she wrote one to Daniel. I started messing around being like, so she wrote me another one that was like, back up, okay? You need to back up, okay? I told you I loved you, okay? Like, reading me through a note. It was so funny.
Passing each other notes.
It was fun. Hey, don't even be crushing on Jedi robe. I didn't even get my lightsaber. Okay.
He does have a lightsaber.
It's legit.
You gotta be.
It's legit.
I bet you're jealous of that Van Holler made.
No, I'm not jealous. No, I don't get jealous. I get jealous. I get even.
Are you working out there? You got your welding iron going.
Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do what Ben does. I'm going to hire Ben to make me a better one. See, that's capitalism. That's capitalism at its finest right there.
Oh, that's true. I do not know what's up with. I think there is a problem.
Oh, the echo's still bad. Yeah.
Audio.
I don't know what we can do about it without Daryl.
When I go to my sound preferences, it doesn't show my mic. It doesn't show my mic. I can't actually make a selection. I can't actually make a selection. There's no mic in my computer. There's no mic in my computer.
Yeah, I'm looking at all my audio controls. It doesn't seem like there's anything else I can change.
Yeah, it's probably me.
Am I still echoing? Which we can't answer that because we can't answer that because we
sound great to me, man.
Like Jesus.
You look like Jesus. Hold on. I look like Jesus. I can get really like Jesus. Okay, guys. Guys. Fishes and loaves. We're going to multi-fishes and loaves. We're going to food shortages. Let's do this. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, seriously, that's going to be a thing very soon. I will say I keep worrying that we're going to devolve into like Mad Max style, like
Okay, 50% of you is excited about that. 50% of you is excited about that. 50% of you is terrified.
Yeah, I will say that. I got my Emote Joe body armor I'm working on in the other room there, so I'm going to be ready to go.
Well, I just started playing a lot of Fallout 4, so I think at this point I could probably build a power suit.
Fallout 4, that was the one in Boston?
No, that's Fallout 3.
Okay.
No, that's Fallout 3. No, Fallout 3 is DC. Fallout 3 is DC. Okay. Fallout 4 was Boston. There's Minuteman and all that. There's Minuteman and all that. Fallout in general, it doesn't matter. I'm talking about the power armor. All I need is like a handheld nuclear reactor.
Cans.
Some tin cans, make a power armor suit.
That's the thing I loved about all those Fallout games is like, you just like, let me take some garbage and I'm going to, it's now a high-functioning piece of armor. It's great.
I remember in Fallout 3. There was one mission you went on. And if you completed it, it's like you think these people are crazy because you're trying to help them rocket into space because they're aliens. And by the end of the mission, they get into a rocket and turn green and launch into space, and you're like, oh, those were aliens. So that just happened.
So Maya, are you still playing Civilization 6, or are you done with it?
I haven't played it much. I haven't played any games really. I had a little bit of time. I don't know, a month ago, January sometime. I had like a rainy, and Jessica was busy doing something. I had nothing to do, so I got. My brother actually gave me a laptop. It's actually a pretty decent gaming laptop. Anyways, Anyways, I installed this game because he also gave me $50 because he also gave me $50 like Steam, which I think is like the most epic thing ever because you get stuff for like 60% off. I bought like 17 games for like $50 because they were also discounted at Christmas time. I haven't played any of them. But I installed the Lord of the Rings, Shadow of Mordor. Lord of the Rings, Shadow of Mordor. I think it was originally a console game. But I thought it was really cool because I'm all about like complete storylines. Which is why I like the cartoon Star Wars stuff, because it's information, it shows you kind of what happens, it shows you kind of what happens and stuff like that. In between movies, I really enjoy that. This game tells a really cool story about how Sauron deceived him into making the rings, how they were forged, who they gave him to. Literally, those two games. There's another one called Shadow of War, which is like the second installment. Apparently, I don't know that one yet. Apparently, I don't know that one yet. But apparently, that one guy goes really in depth. Just how the whole thing got set up. Like, which makes to me it's fascinating. Like, it's not so much that the gameplay is so awesome because it's kind of cool. It's basically like an Assassin's Creed. The information, like the piecing together the story, Celebrimbor, who basically crafted all the Ring of Power, but the 9 for the humans, 9 for the kings of men, and 7 for the kings of men, and 7 for the dwarves. It also explains like those rings were made first. Those rings were made first. The Ring of Power was in secret, and before he was killed, he made the Elven rings. He made the Elven rings. So the Elven rings were not part of the original storyline, or not storyline, or not. That makes sense. The original deception, because Sauron he couldn't corrupt. So he didn't try. So Celebrimbor, he still made the Rings of Power for the realms. Does that make sense? I thought that was really cool. Does that make sense?
All right, Jeremiah, you have officially crossed that. Like, we've been like tapping at the border of like, wow, let's get super nerdy. You just broke through that, man. Props. That was awesome.
That was all the way in. That was all the way in. You know, the funny thing is, I was thinking to myself, but orcs originally weren't they originally right, but how does that work out? Elves were tortured over to become lineous, to become orcs. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about timelines. You know what I'm saying? Like, he also when we're talking about Rings of Power, we're not talking about okay, so you know, like elf. You know, so you know, Legolas, right? You know, there's Legolas. Let's say you've seen the Hobbit movie. Have you guys seen the Hobbit movie? Okay, the movie. Okay. You have the elf like Legolas. You have the elf like Legolas, who's literally heads, cutting off, literally barely gets touched, floats around like a feather, killing everything. Then you got the other elf who like gets gets his head chopped off. You see the difference? There's that level of elf. There's that level of elf. Oh, you're expendable. There's the other guy. It's like, oh, you're expendable elves. Apparently, expendable elves. Apparently, red shirt elves. Elves like Glad. Yeah, they're fodder elves. Yeah, they're fodder. Like, there's not that many fodder elves who are like Elrond, Celebrimbor level, those elves are the elves that went around. You don't jack those. They've been around for 6,000 years. They fought Sauron's boss and beat him. Like, you know what I'm saying? They fought Morgoth, who's actually the guy who was in charge of Sauron. No, granted, that was like 3 ages ago, but still. Hey, Morgan, I got out of the chat. I'm curious. I'm no longer watching it. I had it muted, but I'm curious if I'm still echoing.
I was saying you guys are both echoing.
I don't need you to. Hi, we still are?
Yeah.
We still are?
We're just going to have to get with Daryl. Hey, Daryl, can you put up the bat symbol? Put it up in the bat symbol. Put it up in the air. See if Daryl will show up.
Let me try. Keep talking. I'm going to look for the bat signal. Q.
Yes, Legolas is descendant of the Wood Elf, which makes him pretty awesome. Which is why his level of elf is not the one that gets corrupted. Even Galadriel had her chance to be corrupted by the Ring of Power and decided against it. So that reveals a lot.
All right, hold on. I'm texting Daryl. You know what that riff just a whole reminded me of, which is like one of my favorite videos of all time to watch. Have you guys ever seen the Parks and Recreation outtake of Patton Oswalt doing his anticipation of what the new Star Wars trilogy is going to be all about?
I have not seen that. I have not seen that.
It's the most incredible clip. For everybody who's watching this, for you guys, you just look for Patton Oswalt Parks and Rec Star Wars. It's like the greatest thing because he does this weird mashup between the Marvel universe and Star Wars and envisions what the trilogy could have been, and I kind of wish it was that. But anyway, your whole riff, Jeremiah, just sort of reminded me of that, actually. I guess that's my point.
Yeah. So, Morgan, have you been watching Picard?
I have watched a couple of episodes, but not all of them. I have to wait. My brother-in-law shares them with me, and so I have to wait for him to give them. So I'm like, I'm just initially in.
The season finale is pretty pumped. Thursday. I'm pretty pumped.
So you have enjoyed, because I really enjoyed, without ruining anything for Ethan, I really enjoyed those first 2 episodes. Like I'm feeling like this is building up. I'm feeling good here.
Yeah, it's 2 episodes. It's for the whole series. Like it gets better and better from every episode.
Awesome. That has me really psyched, and as I have more time on my hands, I'll definitely be watching.
This is a little bit of a reveal, but it's worth saying. I think it's not going to ruin it for you. I think it's cool. They end up showing up at Riker's place, which you saw that Riker showed up. Also, did you know that he's actually? Also, did you know that he's actually?
Yeah, no, I've seen. Jonathan Frakes pops up a lot.
Jonathan Frakes, he's directing most of the. But anyways, so they show up at his house. Obviously, he's married to Troy. Obviously, he's married to Troy. Big surprise. But guess what he's doing? Guess what his life is? He's a homesteader. They don't replicate any of their food.
Where are we having this argument?
They harvest all their food. I told you that. Yeah, I told you that. Yeah, we did. I told you when we were talking about this. I said, listen. The best homesteaders in Star Trek. He had a vineyard. He had a vineyard. At the beginning of this whole series, he had a vineyard. He's like, what did he do? I'm just not satisfied here. I'm just not satisfied here. I gotta go back into space and save the galaxy. Then he finds Jonathan Frakes, which Riker was the guy. Why did I say that? Because he's a chef. Why did I say that? Because he's a chef.
Wasn't he from Alaska?
Okay.
I feel like.
Is he from the?
I thought Riker was always from Alaska. I might be wrong about that.
I don't think he's from Alaska, but they don't live on Earth.
I think Riker is.
He might be from Alaska, but not. He might be from Alaska, but not. But anyway, that's not he's actually a homesteader. He's actually a homesteader with Troy. Don't replicate their food. And he has a Neapolitan pizza maker thing in his kitchen. Cooking out quality pizzas. Super high quality pizzas. I'm like, man, Riker, you are number one. Riker, you are number one.
I'm saying Pike, though. I'm saying Pike.
According to Wikipedia, in the episode of TNG called Icarus Factor, we learned that Riker grew up in Alaska, and his mother died when he was 2. Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, but Pike was like Montana or Wyoming, lived at a horse, lived on a farm.
Yeah, no, I think that sounds right. Wait, Pike, was that Kirk? I thought Kirk.
Oh, that was the first Star Trek episode. Very first episode. Very first episode. Didn't have Kirk.
Do you know why?
Yeah, because they couldn't get that guy.
It took 2 years for them to pick up the pilot.
Right, exactly.
By the time they had to get him, he was already moved on. So that's when they brought Kirk in. So that's when they brought Kirk in. Now, which I've been telling people this, and most people aren't listening. Discovery is an amazing piece of cinematography, and they actually go in and tell the Pike story. Season 2 is all about Captain Pike. Talks about how he got giving you a bunch of insight into his backstory, about the accident. Actually, on that first episode, they actually used clips where he went to that planet. And had all the people with the big brains and all that. Yeah, that episode. Yeah, they go back to that. They go back telling that story. Finish telling that story of season 2. Episode 3 of
using
season 2.
clips from the original series, like
from the original
Discovery.
series.
Honestly,
Discovery is still better than Picard.
To me, is still
Picard's
better than
a great show. Picard's a great show. Was better.
Really?
Discovery was better.
I never went into Discovery.
Oh yeah. Morgan, you're missing out, man.
Really?
Morgan, you're missing out, man.
Right.
Listen, it's okay because it starts off with Pike having to transfer to Discovery, do something because there's obviously some happen to save the galaxy. Well, the Enterprise is like, well, the Enterprise is like damaged, so has to go into dry dock to get fixed. When it gets fixed, towards the end of the season, they meet back up on Discovery. And I'm telling you, the Enterprise looks Roddenberry like probably would have wanted it to look that way, couldn't make it look that way because limited technology. So when they get back on the whenever he gets back onto the Enterprise ship and he walks into the turbo, he has to grab the handle and he has to grab the handle. What deck to go to? I was like, you guys just killed me. You guys just killed me. That was so good, and then he gets to the bridge, and I'm like, they did everything. They did everything. It's not the same because the graphics are way better. But it literally is the same. But it literally is the same spot. The same style of chairs. The uniforms are kind of the same. The uniforms are kind of the same. Like you've got a little communications person with the thing in her ear. They did a very good job.
It's kind of like Rogue One did with compared to New Hope. You know how Rogue One had this very weird sort of 70s looking vibe to it, even though it felt like a modern science fiction movie. Is it sort of the similar?
Yeah, I'd say yeah. Kind of like that. And you need to watch it though. Seriously though.
I will have some streaming time, season 1, so I might as well check those out.
You're in quarantine.
No, and it's especially with what Allison's doing these days. Yeah, I can't see anybody.
Well, yeah. The thing is, though, we're quarantined. How quarantined? Exactly. We get to go. Walk around. I don't really feel like anything's changed. I don't know.
Yeah,
nothing is.
I think it's just I'm realizing the difference. I mean, I like it a lot. It's just I think the biggest difference for me is I'd go to work and I'd go do stuff around here, and now I just don't leave the farm at all. So I think that's the only difference. Everything on the farm feels exactly the same. I just have more time to work on stuff, building brooders and the like.
Kids are home all the time.
Yeah.
So that's different. I mean, up until a year and a half, were here all the time anyway, so it's really not that different for us. And I didn't have another job. Other than being cool.
Well, y'all.
Yeah. I think it's into that time.
Say we wrap this episode. We're a little bit under an hour. And since we're echoing by as well.
Yeah,
we will get it fixed.
It's only gonna get better, guys. We swear. It's only gonna get better.
Better. All
right, thanks a lot, guys.
All right, see ya.
Guys,
All right, see ya.
Guys.